So here's another topic that I've been thinking about. Now, I grew up in an Orthodox Hindu household in a way, except my dad was quite lenient. But so we were subjected to, let's say, a vegetarian diet, which I hated because I love meat of all types. Um, so it created a conflict with my mother. Anyway, so it led me down the road of thinking about dietary restrictions and why that may be from a secular perspective, with trying to understand, why such great thinkers in terms of even Judaism, Islam in some ways, Hinduism, why they may have had these types of restrictions, and have they always been that way, or is it have there been any sort of influences that might have played a role? So, in terms of Hinduism, with respect to vegetarianism, I wonder whether the agrarian transition um, phase, as people were still transitioning from hunter-gatherer variations to the agrarian lifestyle, whether that might have played a role in the vegetarian component in Hinduism, as opposed to the Abrahamic variations where they're talking about pork being unclean. Now, the unclean part is the key to thinking about this. Is that pork, or meat from various forms of hogs or pigs or whatever, um, there's some sort of a parasite, viruses or parasites that live within the meat, and you require a certain level of temperature in order for you to destroy them before you can consume them. And there may have been some issues with um, disease, and that might have been prevalent, or they may not have had the capacity to thoroughly cook it, or some variation, whether that may have played a role in pork being considered unclean and becoming part of tradition over generations, becoming sort of social norms and so forth. I mean, the way I think about it is, I always thought, why would my mother um, object so vehemently to me eating meat, you know, and it didn't matter. So when I was like 8, 9 years old, there was a festival at a temple in Mellam, at a temple called Palampaliyar. So as a kid, I wanted to meet and talk to God, and my mom told me if I eat meat, God will punish me. And I thought, oh, this is a great opportunity. So I bought some beef cubes that were roasted at a little store called Chinankare that used to be there, and ate it. Then went and it didn't mean any disrespect. As a child, I went and climbed upon the tear, and it was a tear day that day, and sat on the tear, enjoyed a good time while waiting for Paliar to show up to kick my butt. But that didn't happen, so it led me down a road of questioning. Forgive me if that was offensive to anyone, but anyway, I wonder what you guys think. Let me know.